Bum, 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 bum. We need like that intro music. Bum, 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 bum. Beware, guys. Beware of the massive liquidations that are about to occur. There are massive flashing buy signals, I should say, happening right now on these markets with indicators telling us, guys, hey, what we've been talking about the last few nights over the weekend, of course, over the last, few weeks here, are starting to take place. This market's looking more bullish than ever. Bitcoin sitting at $63,000, Ethereum at $3,000. But I'm about to break down, guys, why I'm incredibly bullish on these markets, why I want to be dollar cost averaging into my favorite altcoins, right? There is a plethora of altcoins that I want to be diving into, that I'm indulging, that I've been purchasing. We bought 15.5 ETH. We bought $15,000 of Nando, which is already worth nearly 20K just from a few days back. We're making insane plays right now on these moves as Bitcoin dropped to $56,500. And that is where the opportunity was made. So we're going to be breaking down liquidations. We're going to be going over our charts here, the heat maps, guys. You have watched me in real time we've been playing this market like a damn fiddle. All right, back and forth. And give me that W in the chat if you can hear me, because we've been having tech issues all week long, but I promise you tomorrow it's going to change because we're switching from terrible OBS, which is trash, to Streamlabs OBS, which is a much more beautiful platform and better overall. So it will be taking a lot better. Hit that W for us in the chat here. But Bitcoin now, of course, dropped to that $56,200, $56,500. It pumped roughly 15%, right? We went up 15% from that bottom, and now we're getting a little bit of a retracement. So what are the prices I'm going to be watching? Where should you be jumping into this market? Should you be dollar cost averaging right now? Well, today, guys, I'm breaking down all of that and more. So stay tuned. So let's look at the overall market update just first. Okay, AGIX up 14% in the last week, with Render here 30%, Wild up 30% as well. I hate my WorldCoin. I just hate WorldCoin. It just bugs me. I just can't ever get behind the digital identity issue, but it's going to keep happening, right? And, obviously when Wild pumps, the rest of the AI market pumps. But looking at the day here, we are in the red. CFX down 5%, Stacks down 4%, Render down 3%. And I told you yesterday, or Sunday as you will, was that yesterday? That was yesterday. Told you guys yesterday evening when we were pumping to $65,000, get ready to either take profits because, of course, we're going to get a little bit of pullback, but wait for that chance to dollar cost average. And I think we're about to see that here today. So if you guys follow me on X, you would already know about this. If you don't follow me on X, you're already missing out. It's funny, Leia's been popping up. People are going off on her. But looking at my Twitter on X, guys, if you followed me, well, here's 4 top picks that I just chose last night, which we'll cover. But you would know that we called this out Sunday afternoon with a CME Bitcoin futures gap being created. Yesterday evening, guys, the Bitcoin's future gap was created. Friday closed at 62,590. Monday opened at 64,185. And I've been waiting for this futures gap to fill before we dollar cost average, right? That is what we are looking at. And judging by just the market conditions, the sentiment of being incredibly bullish, we saw on high block here, we're massively in the green, which tells me we are at FOMO right now. There's a lot of bulls out there that are FOMOing into long positions because they think this market just goes straight up and to the right. They all logistical or logical beliefs get thrown out the window. All realistic beliefs get thrown out the window as soon as a little bit of a pump happens. We're still at $11 billion in a delta spread in the short time frame. So, I do expect some more of these positions to be wiped out just a little bit. We went down to $62,774 at the bottom. But I do want to see this liquidation gap completely closed here. So let's delete the drawings. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's type in CME. This is how you do it. So Bitcoin, CME, it's going to be the Bitcoin futures gap right here. You can see it. Look at that. Am I just, dude, I don't know. I'm not going to say you can predict the future, guys, but hey, there is a probability. And when that probability presents itself, it still looks gorgeous. So the futures gap is still here. It's at 62,000. And I click on it exactly. It's at $62,590. $62,590. So let's smash the likes, guys. This deserves likes. There's 318 beautiful people watching right now. I respect and love all of you guys and appreciate all of the support, but it helps us out even more if you guys can simply tap that like button for all of this amazing alpha we're giving you. Look at this time frame. This was when we were live. We said it's going to run up. It's going to break out. Went up a little bit higher. Went up almost to 66K. before it comes back down and retests. And I expect this retest to happen within the next 24 hours. So by tomorrow's candlestick, retesting this falling wedge pattern before moving higher. And if we do get that drop down to 62,600, I do want to say this and warn you guys. So beware, be ready for this, because this could happen, is maybe we do dip a little bit lower to 61,400 area, right, to this range, which would create a bear trap before moving higher, right? Now, that's terrible, terrible pattern trading, but you can see what I'm saying, that pathway. I am bullish, and here's why. So fear and greed index on the daily is at 71, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, I am working on a new tool, the first ever real retail driven, pooled, surveyed, driven fear and greed index for you guys in this chat. So that deserves likes and W's in the chat alone, because I'm creating the first retail-oriented project that is perfect for both retailers and your institutions in terms of understanding retail sentiment. The fear and greed index here is based off primarily retail. You'll scroll down to here, guys. You'll say it's based off surveys. They say typically each survey gets anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000 votes. I don't know where these surveys are being driven from or where this volume is actually being, pushed from, but I'm going to be integrating all of this in something that CoinStats can offer, which is, of course, the community that is It's Joshua Jake's brand and Discover Crypto. Our community, guys, you guys watching, there's a really tool that's going to be coming out you guys are going to love, completely free for the Bitcoin and Fear Greed Index that I'm developing for you guys. That's coming. And when I was looking at it 2 days ago, guys, it let me time the bottom perfectly. When we were at 56K Bitcoin, check this out. Check this out. Can we go back to this? What did I tell you guys? Just on Friday, I'm going to scroll down to this. We're going to keep scrolling down until we see it, because I post a lot on here. I post way too much on X. Some people say I post too much. Breaking. This was on May 2nd. The retail index, not the institutional, the retail index, chat, for FOMO'd was at 21 based off Twitter sentiment, hashtags, like everything. Now I'm still, fixing, and we're still working to the development to master and make this perfect for you guys and the most beautiful process ever. But it did play out to our favor on that day because retail was screaming lower lows. Chat, how many, you guys know this? Type 1 in chat if you heard this. Type 2 if you didn't. I know it should be only ones. How many of you guys were watching your influencers and creators say, guys, we're going to go to 49K Bitcoin. We're going to go to 52K Bitcoin. We're going to go to 33K Bitcoin. We're going to go to 20K Bitcoin. You guys saw it. I was showing you live on our platform just last week, and that allowed us to buy the exact bottom of this market move on projects like Ondo, okay? So with that, this is coming soon. Be prepared. Be excited. But there is something that we can look at that is going to tell me that I am bullish here for the prices to move higher. One, the imbalance gap that we are talking about on this show together, all of us, you guys are commenting on it. We have filled it. So we came down to $62,700. I don't believe we're going to bounce off this and just move just higher yet. Technically, some people are saying we did fill that traditional gap. We could be bouncing directly from here. I think at this level, guys, at $63,000, is a good chance and a good opportunity to start dollar cost averaging compared to where it was at the 65K last night. That would have been FOMOing into the top. We've had now about a 3% retracement. I do believe we can get a wick down to the 61,850 zone. Let me go over to the hourly, though, to give you guys a more pinpoint precision pick here. Look at this, $65,300. You could see a new imbalance has been created above us, which tells me markets are bullish. Bounced off it again. We filled that imbalance gap here on the hourly. So it may be hard for us to honestly even break through that, now with the market momentum that is taking place here, because that gap, maybe I am wrong on this. Maybe the gap is considered filled here. I thought gap was considered, though, from the close to the open, which would have left this this sub gap here as well, just a little bit. Maybe it counts as the liquidity for that. But this is that area, guys. This right here, I'm going to fill the box here. This is where you want a DCA. This is what I'm watching for. Okay, now we already bought in. Like me and most of everybody watching, you're all 656 beautiful people watching right now. We bought the bottom. Right? So this is for the people that are coming in right now. Like, man, I'm scared. Josh, I'm getting that FOMO itch. That's why we're dropping the FOMO tool for you guys so you can kind of remove that sense of emotion out of these markets. But this is this would be, in my opinion, the best point of entry would be within this yellow box, which is 63,545 and 62,670. Okay, that is going to be my favorite range to DCA. Set some stop losses, maybe, if you want stop losses, because it does break lower. Well, then you have your stop losses. But as of right now, everybody that's been dollar cost averaging into Velo, Aerodrome, Ondo, OrdiSwap, ChainSwap. See, every favorite project that we have, you guys are up immensely right now because we took advantage of that dip, and it's now a 15% correction on Bitcoin's price action. So looking at our liquidations, again, we could get that pullback here on the daily, at least from the delta spread. This is what tells me, yeah, we can go lower, guys. We can go down to 62,500, fill that gap for sure on that confirmation, which means you could get a little bit better of entry points if you're really trying to snipe. But I would like to watch that delta spread wipe out a little bit more before we move higher. As it stands here, we're going to look at the 12-hour first, then the 7 days. This is going to be in the near time for us before we get to our news for today's show. There is no more liquidity below us on the 12-hour. We have been eating it up, so the 62K level is looking more dominant before we push up to $65,350. $65,350. Again, guys, look on the chart. $65,350 is going to be that imbalance. So that is a double confirmation right there. Double whammy. Bullish recipe for upside action here. So you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel if you do want to chase those lower lows, right? We went down to 62.7. We already went there. You were chasing for a perfect entry if you go down to those zones. Moving over to the 7 day though, right? So that's on the 12 hours is bullish. What's the 7 days look like? Well, 7 days is also extremely bullish. Now, I can zoom in here. You could see that there is a decent amount of liquidations. Let me close my face for you at this 56,800 level. But as you guys know, if you were watching Sunday's stream, I said 56,000 or this $57,000 zone right here is now support. I don't see us at all being able to break that unless a black swan event were to occur, which means we're watching liquidations build up above us or right below us. We're turning these liquidations, we're turning these bears that are crying, calling for lower lows into massive support, chat. Returning in this, get bullish. Why is chat not flowing right now with rocket emojis and fire? Let me see how hyped you guys are for this move, because the liquidations at 66,200, we were eating through the 65K. I believe an upward price point of the high 60s here, chat. Let's see the fire emojis. I want to see it. Smash the like button. We are extremely bullish right now on these markets, because then you zoom out to the monthly. Let's zoom out to the monthly. Josh, where's all the liquidations? Look above us. There is nothing. There is nothing below us. There is nothing that is going to hold us, that's going to push us down at these points. That 68,800. Look at this yellow line. Okay, for all you colorblind people out there, it's okay. I got you here. The $68,600 level is juicy. It is juicy. It is dripping with liquidity. It is disgusting. The market makers are looking at $68,800 right now, and they're drooling. They are drooling, okay? You need to be drooling with these market makers, because that is where I believe the price point is going to move in the near term. And when we look at the liquidations here, Bitcoin exchange map, I love this. Why do people not freaking use this? Joshua in the chat with the fire emojis. You have a beautiful name, my guy. You are lit, homie. Joshua's with the W's here. I want to see those fire emojis. But looking on the daily, even if we go down to $62,500, that wipes out now all the liquidity for bears. Bears have no argument. Bears have no argument. This is Peter's shit below us, okay? And we're going to go to Peter's moon past this. This is how we're going to wipe up his tiers. We're going to use his tiers as exit liquidity. $66,000 is that liquidity on the daily. Can very easily approach those levels. Looking on the 7 day here, we do have more. It's kind of actually on the 7 days here, we see a little bit growing. But I do believe if we push to the upside, more positions are going to open. And worst case scenario would be 60,900. Because, again, even though it's the weekly, guys, you got to remember this is a moving average. Let's go to the 30 day. Yeah, insanity. $11 billion in long positions below us versus only it's 2-to-1 odds, guys. Our probabilities, this is math, okay, guys? This is math. That is how TA works. It's probabilities. Nothing's a 100% guarantee in these markets, but it's based off probabilities. So we have 2 to 1, if not 3 to 1 odds on price actions moving to the upside for liquidations. We have, again, massive odds with the 65,300 imbalance being created above us. We have high block saying, okay, maybe in the short term, we could drop down here to 62,500 and create a little bit of a bull trap or a bear trap. But ultimately with high block, we are looking at $68,600 right around the corner, because this is where the liquidity sits. This is where the money is, which means for all of us, for everybody that accumulated at $56,500, right? $56,500, you guys are the ones that are going to make 3 to 5x on your altcoins. You guys. People coming in right now today, I had still, okay, maybe three, if we go up to 75K, they're going to get that 3 to 5x, but it's being able to take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves when you can dollar cost averaging the markets on where prices are going to really be impacted. So when Bitcoin goes up to $70,000 or it goes up to $67,000, guys, you're going to see 50, 100% gains on your altcoins. There's going to be a massive push in a lot of your altcoins. You're going to click on 24 hours. You're going to see them going up 30, 40% a day. Every single day again. And by the time they're already up 100% or maybe 200% since their bottoms, right? Since their bottoms at $56,000 Bitcoin, the people jumping in there, they're looking for 1 to 2x's while you guys are sitting on and feasting with 3 to 5x's. That's how you make money in these markets. So that way, when Bitcoin goes to 75K, you guys can take profits off the table. You can pay for your college loans. You can do whatever you want. Let the rest ride, or move the rest out of your markets into stable coins so you can buy the next dip. That's how you play these markets. That's how you beat the insiders. It's how you beat the venture capital. So let's look at some bullish macro events that are taking place. MicroStrategy here now owns more Bitcoin than any country in the world. If you guys don't know this, Michael Saylor, guys, let's get some ones or W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Okay, W's in the chat for Michael Saylor. This man is the next Warren Buffett. My hair is flopping around. He owns more Bitcoin than any country in the world. And again, I do believe this is the next Berkshire Hathaway. We're going to watch him be one of the richest men, become one of the richest men in the world in front of our very eyes. Eric Balchunas, though, for the first time ever, while bears were telling you to sell, chat, bears were saying, hey, Ava, hey, Ken, hey, James Leiter, hey, Blue, hey, Sammy White, hey, John, hey, Camilla. They were saying, you guys need to sell because Bitcoin is going to go to 49K. It's going to go to 44K. It's going to go to 35K. Some people saying 20K. And while they were screaming, sell, sell, sell at the bottom, well, Eric Balchunas points out that institutions, guys, first time ever, one-day flows are all green. No red for the Bitcoin bunch. Not going to spike the football like some did during the outflow period, but we'll point out that over 95% of ETF investors hodled during what was a pretty nasty and persistent downturn. Will the same happen next time? Who knows? But track record says it's pretty high percentage. As we said, outflows will happen, so will inflows. But over time, two things will tend to be true for ETFs: net growth and relatively strong hands. This is bullish, chat. This is bullish. The first day since their launch, every single ETF is in the green. The adoption, the money flow, everything is just number 3, is showing us the indications, guys, that there is bullish momentum in these markets, and it's just getting started. Then you also have them. This chart is ETF HOF level, borderline art. Never seen anything like it and probably never will again. This is in regards to the inflows here. So this is what it looks like. So you go, oh, Josh, that doesn't look that crazy. That doesn't look so crazy. Well, this is what the chart, it just flipped bullish. Duh, dude, that's so bullish. This is the first green day for all inflows, right? Guys, we just had the Bitcoin halving. Supply is at an all-time low. We're going to see less and less supply for Bitcoin over time. Okay, the adoption's only going up. When Peter Schiff's trying to argue, oh, well, what's the use case? The only value to Bitcoin is it goes, okay, well, who cares? The value is going up. It's a hedge against the debasement of the US dollar. It's being used to negate negative energy markets. It's being used to support supply chain grids. It's being used to facilitate transactions on a global scale. I don't give a shit if you're, some first world elitist that's like, oh, well, it's I really don't see this because I'm already a billionaire and I think banking, I like fractional banking because I can borrow against my assets 1,000,000 times and I can control the liquidity in the market. I can adjust and lobby the Federal Reserve. No. This is a decentralized money that is available on a global scale. There is every attribute to Bitcoin is bullish. We do not have to defend this anymore. There's no more us saying when your family comes to you and they go, Ken, they say, Ken Monk in chat, or CMGs, or Emmanuel, or any of you in the chat that are typing, Joshua, Darth Clone. When your family and friends come to you and go, how's that crypto Ponzi going? You just have to respond like, all you say is really, really well. It's actually doing better than almost any asset on the planet. It is a top 10 asset by market cap, and it's almost the most liquid asset on the goddamn planet. That's how it's doing. That's how it's acting, right? Just bullish. Then we move to Plan B here. Now, I'm not the biggest Plan B fan, okay? I'm not the biggest fan of the stock to flow model, but he points out Bitcoin miner revenue halves after halvings and bounces back in 2 to 5 months because Bitcoin prices double. So if you guys don't know about this, let me explain this really quick, okay? Bitcoin halving, why it's really bullish? Because miners are going to make less money in the short term. As soon as the Bitcoin halving happens, the miners, they get half the amount of rewards for the same amount of energy it takes to produce a single Bitcoin, okay? So the reason why that's bullish is when you look at charts, it's because Bitcoin miners start to hodl because they understand market conditions. The value of that currency needs to be appreciated, and they're not going to sell it for those price points. And that's why you usually get massive selling pressure into the halving. Bitcoin miners tend to take tons and tons and tons of profit. And so because of the incentive, because of the marginal cost of production, it's the marginal cost of production for Bitcoin that is going to grow, just like gold. I compare it to, actually, let me find Satoshi. Watch this. You guys are I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to blow your mind. You guys are going to be like, holy smokes, this Joshua kid knows way too much. Nakamoto, marginal cost of production. I've read pretty much every single email thread you can look on with Satoshi. I might be able to pull it up on my Twitter from a long time ago. This was my wallpaper for like the longest time because nobody wants to talk about it. This was when he was responding to someone that was talking about Bitcoin being bad for the environment. And Satoshi Nakamoto replied with on a Bitcoin thread, it's the same situation as gold and gold mining. The marginal cost of gold mining tends to stay near the price of gold. So gold mining is a waste. But that waste of gold mining is far less than the utility of having gold available as a medium of exchange. If you guys didn't know this, gold is very energy extensive. It's very insufficient. People die, like dozens of people die every single year mining gold. It is one of the worst mining industries that exists. And he goes, I think the case will be the same for Bitcoin. The utility of the exchanges made possible by Bitcoin will far exceed the cost of electricity used. Therefore, not having Bitcoin would be the net waste. And this is why I always talk about Bitcoin having the expression of a net value through the marginal cost of production. When I see people, argue, oh, Bitcoin's bad for the environment. Well, check this out. If you ever look up flare emissions, I got it actually. I got one for you guys here. Crusoe Energy Bitcoin. I'm giving you guys some insane alpha on here to be extremely bullish. This is the future of computing for the future climate. Bitcoin is the ultimate ESG tool. BlackRock will never admit this because they were so wrong for so long. They were just slapping labels on there with, Greta Thunberg just completely ruining Germany's economy and just being a complete pleb for the World Economic Forum. They actually updated their website. I haven't even seen it since then, but they actually take flare emissions, flare gas, and you guys will know what this is. I recommend you check out Crusoe, but flare gas, right? Flare emissions. You guys will know what this is. When you drive by and you see the giant flames that are just being propelled into the air, this is terrible for our environment. It's a net waste because the oil company are just hitting quotas and they're going to burn off whatever excess they produce. All of that energy can be converted into Bitcoin mining. You can take a net waste and turn it into a net value using Bitcoin mining. It's the only asset on the world that you can use that for because you can mine it anywhere. All you need is an internet connection, which is you could do anywhere with things like Starlink these days. So you can use renewable energy. You can use wasted energy, which is why I talk about the wasted energy market so much. It is beyond bullish, guys. This is just getting started. I won't get into the two technicals from there because I'm just going to keep going. But again, he's talking about how this is, why Bitcoin bounces back after 2 to 5 months because Bitcoin price doubles and we're going to be moving into this bull run. I do agree that is very possible for these markets. That would put us at roughly $120,000 Bitcoin to $150,000. Get hyped up. Michael Saylor now is, of course, worth $13.6 billion. And Eric Voorhees, this is what we're gonna talk about before I get to altcoins here. This is the last news segment, and then we'll get into altcoins. So let me know in the chat, guys. What are your favorite altcoins? What do you want me to pull up? I'm gonna be showing you my favorites. But here's Jon Stewart. This just happened yesterday. Talking about $1 trillion token. Jon Stewart is getting fed up with this administration, which tells you a lot. So take a look from this.
And pay debt. If this is money that we've created out of thin air anyway, what's to stop us from creating I used to make fun of Paul Krugman for his idea of $1 trillion coin.
Yeah,
now I feel myself saying, hey man, well, let's just get $10 trillion coins, give one to China, one to Europe. Are we square? Good. And then we start again, because this whole thing seems manufactured. Swap it for them for the debt. And then at the very least, we now we've bought back our mortgage. So now we can never foreclose on it. Even if interest rates go up, we have a lot more control over our debt. Does that make sense?
I mean, I think one of the most important things you were trying to get at with him was the idea that this thing we call the national debt, and this is Rowan's point, we have yellow paper and green paper, we have dollars and we have treasuries, but they're thought of very differently. We don't think of the green paper as debt conventionally, but we think of the yellow paper, the government bonds, treasuries as debt.
And that's what the Fed is buying. They're buying treasuries, they're buying bonds, they're buying debt.
Yeah, in Tom's mind, they're the same, because he thinks up at that central bank level. So for him, they're just different liabilities on a balance sheet. But down with us, with the public, these are entirely different worlds. Do you know the stock of public money in circulation, John? How many people know that? There's the national debt counter. There's no national money counter underneath. Nobody's counting that.
And they're increasing that supply by $120 billion a month.
It's almost over. Here you go.
Still.
Listen to this part.
No grandchildren involved. No China involved. No bond markets involved.
It reminds me of the way our government says you need to pay for. So anytime we have a crisis or something crucial that the public needs, the government will say, I'm sorry, we have discretionary spending. It's this amount. If you want to add to that, we either have to take it away from somebody else or create a pay for. Okay. Well, also we want to go to war. Oh, okay. So what's our pay for? Yeah, that we're not going to have a pay for. What do you mean? Yeah, we're just...
Freedom pays for itself.
That we're just going to put out there and we're going to pay for it, but we're not going to... That's going to be just debt that we don't even think about. We don't add it to anything. It just is. And that's the part that seems like, well, you just get to decide then what goes on our budget and what's just air.
Yeah, it's a Ponzi scheme.
That's the part that I was trying to figure out.
That's the politics.
It's the Ponzi scheme. That's why Bitcoin's so important. Like, Jon Stewart's now realizing this. He's like, hey, okay, well, if the government's going to tell us we have to budget for every other thing on the planet, whether it's healthcare, social security, education, etc., why is it that when we go to war and we fund these things, they just print endless amount of money and say, you know what, we'll figure it out later, right? They just get passed. They get wrapped into bipartisan bills that are lobbied and paid for by the same companies and corporations like Raytheon and Boeing and all the government contracted projects out there and companies out there. It's disgusting behavior. This is why we Bitcoin. So that is the last bullish take I have for you guys on at least Bitcoin's price action here. But what I want to show you is now the altcoins I'm ready to accumulate. So let's spam some altcoins in here. I see a lot coming out from CMGZs. He said, my bags are packed. I'm chilling now. What a goat here. I'm pretty much on the same boat as you. We have lots of money in the market at this point, but we have Jupiter. We have Jasmy. Why does everybody like Jasmy is my question. Where did this come from? Like, I'm pretty sure this is just like it's a grandfather token that hasn't done anything in years. And it's worth 950 million. I've heard Japan might use this a lot. It looks like an absolute rug pull. There's your market cap. They redid their tokenomics. I don't even know how to look at this. Look at this in terms of being able to give a proper comparison. Let me go to, let's pull up the Etherscan first. Let's see how many holders there are. So 68,000 holders, 722,000 transfers, which to me, 622,000 transfers really isn't that good. That's kind of lame. I mean, when you look at this on the longevity, how long has it been out? It's been out it's been out for 3 to 4 years, and it's done how many? 500,000, transactions. I don't know how that makes me feel, because like when you click on, let's go back to our coin market cap here. Let's go back to Ethereum. Let's just go to Etherscan. Chain Explorer. Man, they got a lot here. Oh wait, why is it just popping up here? Is ETH Explorer? So yeah, 2 point. Well, I guess is that today though? That's got to be today. Total. Hold on. Transactions found showing the last 500Ks. How many transactions has it done? Because Bitcoin's done 1 billion, obviously. Bitcoin's done over 1 billion. I can't even see Ethereum's here. You guys might be able to find it a little bit better, a little bit quicker here. I can go to any other system though. Let's look at Chainlink, right? Let's look at Chainlink, and let's go to more. Let's just click on the Etherscan. 15 million. But I guess you can't compare Jasmy to Chainlink. I don't know. We'll keep diving into it. Let's keep diving into it. Jasmy here. I'm going to do a live review of this. Josh, any thoughts? It's the Bitcoin of Japan. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what everybody tells me. But like, okay, who cares? Like, Japan's economy is in shambles. Company profile. So president, CEO. This is the worst. This looks like, this looks like one of those like paper mache like presentations you put together in like, 5th grade. Like I cut these out and I make a presentation on like a cardboard piece of board for my teacher. That's terrible. Maybe they're not supposed to have a website, but it's a centralized company. Oh, here we go. And this one's the Japanese version. Yeah, I'm going to just stay away from that. Like I'm just going to stay away from that. Apparently is going to become deflationary. Gotcha. Yeah, I can't give thoughts on that. I'm going to have to spend like a lot of time to research that. But I mean, that website was just like dog water. So let's sell some of that Jasmy and get a new website first and foremost. Let's go into my favorites though, right? So let's pull up number 1. We have to talk about it again. It's going to crush it. I'm telling you guys right now. I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite projects. I'm going to give you a hidden gem to start off the stream here. Talked about it a little bit earlier this morning, but they had a Twitter announcement. It is, of course, going to be OrdySwapped. I have no affiliation or connection at all to them, guys. I've been just bullish on them since the beginning. Our Rios does go live finally on May 7th here tomorrow. So their staking is being integrated. This might have a little bit of sell-off, a buy the rumor, sell news, the news event take place. But finally, it is coming with their staking modular program. So I'm extremely bullish on this. This was posted yesterday, though. 2 days until Ord Stakes goes live. Ord rewards Bitcoin from platform fee sharing with Rios. So all the Rios holders will be getting, share their fees. And I luckily do get to be a part of that because I've been in it since day freaking 1 mining that shit. Or not mining it, but just farming it. Next up we have, of course, though, let me pull up, let's pull up some more from chat first before I give you guys mine. XSwap. So XSwap, I heard, honestly had a failure of a launch today, down to 14 cents. Let me see. I got to go to the, let's go to CoinGecko. Oh, geez. Did they get manipulated? They got sniped, huh? They might have gotten sniped. So XSwap. No, that's not the right one. XSwap. Here we go. Down 28%. Yikes. Yikes, bro. Bro, that's not looking good, bro. Wow, guys. 12 cents right now. Okay, down from 12 cents. So it spiked up to 27, it looks like. Could be different on a deck screener. It's having, you can easily tell here. Watch this. Let's go to value, and let's go to only whales here. Let's actually only whales. No, that's not very good at all. Huh. That should be the daily. There's definitely more than that. Interesting. Let's go to Twitter. Let's take it to Twitter. XSwap. Trading live. C-Swap melting faces and ready to smash all-time high next. What was this crap XSwap was going around claiming they would flip us? Oh, yeah, there was. I think it's because they had an issue with Base. But by far, guys, I like ChainSwap way better than XSwap. That's also primarily because I have gotten to work for them for so long. I met their team in Dubai, and they're just building something that it can't be competed with, and they have excuse me, they have insane announcements rolling out over the next few weeks. But ChainSwap for sure is going to be the project I would choose over this on top of the CCIP. They're using the interoperability platform there. But XSwap, it did look like it had a huge issue on the airdrop update between it and Base, or maybe not an airdrop, but the rollover to Base here. And I'm going to I'll have to give you guys an exact breakdown in the Telegram chat today. I'll do a little bit of a deep dive into it. CCP, this guy trying to FUD, even though it's getting absolutely wrecked here. XSwap is launching less than an hour. I want to go to their latest post here and see if there's like FUD right underneath it. LFG. Here we go. Why did you launch at 5 cents when Fjord price was 13 cents? The price is really ridiculous. Total flop project. Yeah, so it looks like they listed on Fjord for the bootstrap liquidity pool, took advantage of the launch, so that way they could exit at a higher price for the people that got in early. That sucks, man. That sucks. That really sucks. I'm bullish on. Are you bullish on XSwap? I personally am more bullish on ChainSwap. But again, that's going to be a preference up to you guys. I'm really diving into anything a part of that CCIP integration. With Chainlink, new listing. They just got listed on, or they just listed a new project on top of it. Let me scroll down. So this, with our cross-chain interchain platform swap now live, we've added our listing request feature, so projects can now apply to get listed on ChainSwap. So they're going to be upgrading. That's really bullish too. Their product's now being used. They have tons of listings taking place. That's even more bullish for them as well. But yeah, guys, what you want to follow is going to be any of the projects using, I'll scroll down here, you'll see it. It's going to be this right here. Circle's cross-chain transfer protocol. So they're using both CCTP and CCIP under Chainlink. And these right here, guys, this is what you should be really exploring and getting bullish on, is going to be any of the protocols that are developing on top of this for interoperability. I think it's going to be huge for DEXs in the near term. We got, what else we have? We have Velodrome. How many X is possible for this cycle? Velodrome. Let's pull up that Velodrome. Velodrome, I think, has the opportunity to do a 10x still. It's smaller than from Verodrome, which is, or not Velodrome, Aerodrome. Only a $99 million market cap token, sitting at $250 million. Massive trading volume, but they are the ones that developed Aerodrome, the company behind them, or it was Aerodrome that developed them. But this is the top central marketplace for Optimism in terms of AMM, which is an automated market maker. So you're getting Curve, Convex, and Uniswap all in one to serve as a liquidity hub for the ecosystem. And Optimism has some of the most contracts being developed on its ecosystem right now. So yeah, I'm incredibly bullish on Velodrome and Aerodrome. And if you are too, guys, let's make sure we smash that like button right now, guys. We're at 169 likes. There's almost 500 of you beautiful people watching right now. Make sure you just tap that like button if you forgot. Helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, and make sure that you guys, just lets us know if you guys, appreciate these streams here. We have stacks now, because guys, we'll be doing this every single night. So it's Monday through Friday. You're going to get a 1:30 p.m. live stream with DZ, and you're going to be getting a 4 o'clock-ish. It's 4 o'clock is what it's supposed to be. Live stream with Joshua Jake here. So Stacks now at $2.22. I think Stacks is a perfect entry point at that $2 range. I haven't seen $2 in forever on Stacks. It's now coming down to a major area of support. You can see the $2 to... Woo. Man, that just hit me. The $2.20 range, you're going to see there's a lot of support and resistance around these ranges. I would say anything around $2 to $2.10 is a good entry point. Stacks with their Nakamoto upgrade, I think, is going to start seeing a lot, more volume and integrations, especially as Runes protocol and things start developing more. DeFi protocols start taking off. Lending and borrowing comes more dominant on top of Bitcoin. I am bullish on Stacks. Stacks is one of my biggest positions. This is a live video, Satoshi Nakamoto. I am bullish on dumb. Well, that's dumb. I invented XRP Ripple, too. Bro's being funny. Ordi or C-Swap? So that's a great question, James Leiter. If you guys know anything about me, and if you guys are maybe you're about to learn it about me, I'm ultimately someone who always wants to diversify. So if you're ever asking between two projects, my thing is they're both DEXs. I want to be, I have multiple DEXs. Check this out. If we go to my watch list here on CoinMarketCap, let me pull it up again for you guys. I have tons of DEXs on there because I'm diversified into multiple. I don't know which one's going to be the best performer, but I know I want to be integrated into all of them. So when we go through my list here, you're going to see, well, Chainlink is obviously the infrastructure play for there, but Injective is a decentralized perpetual exchange. Aerodrome right here. You have Velodrome Finance. You have QuickSwap on top of Polygon Matic. You have Mint Layer I never jumped into on that. Should take that off my my watch list here. Oh, I'll leave. Well, too late. Gone. OrdiSwap is a decentralized exchange. ChainSwap as a DEX. Grail's a DEX. THL is a DEX. I'm huge into decentralized exchanges. They matter massively, especially the AMMs that are providing a lot of the liquidities for these networks. What exchange do you trade on, Josh, if you're currently trading in the US? I got a new one I'm working with right now, which is going to be essentially probably CoinW as well as Blofin, depending on where the assets are traded. Those are non-KYC'd. So, do with that information as you will. I can't speak on that anymore. But those are the two I use. If not, obviously just Coinbase and DEXs. I'll use Uniswap a ton. I use Uniswap all the freaking time, brother. Curious your take on ICP coming from Skasom. Again, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the love and the support here. And guys, all the likes coming in as well. Buy, sell, or hodl ICP. So what are my thoughts on Internet Computer Protocol, right? A huge community favorite here. Internet Computer Protocol sitting at $13 now. ICP is one of those projects that has great technology, was manipulated to hell in the beginning because of Sam Bankman-Fried, and it's really never gained that steam back. Now, some people are talking about it like, $3, $2.90 here. A lot of people are dollar cost averaging. Drew from the basement, the blockchain basement. Shout out to them. If you don't follow them, go give them some love and support. If we can get that in the chat from Ahmad, hopefully. But while it can move, okay, I do think ICP can go up to an $18 billion market cap if we hit, if we get a blow off top in these markets. Bitcoin goes to 150K. I think ICP can hit a $20 billion market cap, right? That's without being said. It's one of the top projects. It's been around for a long time. It's number 20. People are going to look at the price and say, wow, if Bitcoin could go to these numbers, why can't it? Now, in terms of technology, it's far ahead of the game. There's a lot of things that they try to claim that I don't think that, from my understanding between developers and a lot of it, it just conversations I've had with multiple different ecosystems. ICP, very, very strong project. But it's not actually as decentralized as they claim it to be. Now, what makes me bearish about ICP is their marketing. ICP's marketing is hands down probably the worst marketing on the planet. I've spoken at their conferences. I've seen who they've hired for their marketing, who they sent to Bitcoin Miami, and it was just a cluster F. They had no idea what they were doing. They were giving away like a whole Bitcoin and had no plan or orientation on how to actually engage consumers with the ICP network. Their idea was just to throw QR codes all around and get people to sign up for these $15 coupons. And it was just terrible, 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 terrible deployment. So, I've been turned off from the marketing side of things, and I think marketing truly matters most when it comes to a lot of these projects. Dfinity Foundation, one of the largest channels out there. Of course, you could see it down here, 147 likes, 412 likes, 177 likes. It's mid. It's just mid. They don't have that it factor when it comes to marketing. I think they can get there. I think Dominic as a founder and representative is highly intelligent. Top of the A game when it comes to, understanding blockchain systems and what is needed for smart contract protocols, reverse gas fees, making things cheaper, faster, quicker, easier to use. And so there's a lot of plus to it. Now, I did get information though from Panama. So when I went down to Panama and spoke to Singularity Network, Ben Gertzel, Hanson Robotics, like the CEOs of the largest developing AI companies out there, they did mention something that stuck with me that I'm going to give you guys as information for free here, was the fact that you can't build AI tools on top of ICP. ICP is more like it's like the Google. It's like it's a web deployer. So you could build, you could pull information from another layer one that might have the AI development on there, but you're going to aggregate that API to develop your websites on top of it. So if that makes it a little bit better of understanding for you. So it's not going to be your number one AI deployer. That probably tells me you're not going to have the biggest video games built on top of it. But together, ICP interoperable with these other systems, that's where we'll become powerful and dominant. So they have to work together in that sense. So again, I think, yeah, decent gains. You're looking at a 3 to 4x if you're lucky in this bull run with ICP. I don't think it's going to go to $100, right? I don't think that. I think $100 is just a retail number. I would say maybe $36 to $45. And that's where I would land. And again, that's a blow off top in this market. So where would I would categorize this? It's a solid project. It's a very solid project, but don't expect it to make you like life-changing wealth is kind of my thoughts on it. And maybe I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. But again, guys, it's coming from someone that, has done hundreds of millions of views in marketing. I know everything, the ins and outs of marketing. And when I see the people that they had on their marketing team who had no understanding of marketing whatsoever, they're just not going to approach mass adoption, even if they have the best tech. Could we see Coinbase UVelo with Jupe utilizes use Velo like Jupe utilizes Radium? Literally just thinking about that. Potentially, Gary. 100% it's possible. But Coinbase, I would say, no. To be honest, though, to be real with you, Coinbase is going to just use anything base related. So whatever the base, so it'd be Aerodrome, right? It'd be Aerodrome is what I would say they'd more than likely utilize. But if Aerodrome pumps, that pumps Velo because they're the same company. It's bullish for like everything overall. I'd really love to know how to swing trade and spot trade. I am going to be doing that. I'm trying to get a perfect exchange partner with you guys to give you guys the best opportunity here to, just trade on these live streams at 4 o'clock, guys. My plan is to do, 15, 20 minutes of alpha, 5-10 minutes of, altcoins, and then maybe 15 to 30 minutes of, swing trading live, just like actually Crypto Network here. That's what I would like to do. But swing trading's hard to just do because it's impromptu. You have to if there's not a good trade, I'm not going to take it, right? It's a lot of patience. Jerry Banter or whatever his name wasn't the best YouTuber to put a face on, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't even know who that is, Ken, if that's who ICP was using. Can you chart the depend project Iotix? Yeah, so Iotix I actually really liked. I worked with them 4 years ago at this point. They made me realize how bad IOTA was, which is funny. But let's go to Iotix. Iotix here. What am we looking at on Iotix charts here? So on the daily, let me move this up. There we go. RSI, MACD. Can't even find that support there, to be honest. So, I mean, to be honest, you could say that maybe you're getting a bullish divergence on the MACD here. Bit of a bullish divergence. No, it's not even a bullish divergence because it's not a lower low on that either. This is going to be an interesting one. Let me go to high block. I'll tell you here. Let me see if it's on here. Iotix. It's not on here. So, I can tell you maybe it's on signals. I can give you some more insight here. I don't trade things I don't have access to on these platforms. Nope, I don't have access to it. So I can't tell you on that one. Sorry, brother. I will tell you this, though. It's going to follow Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin pumps, it's going to follow. If altcoin pumps, Ethereum pumps, it's going to follow. That's just how it works in these markets. Base is greater than Polygon, hands down. I would actually agree with that. I think there's way more money to be made on Base. But I do love myself some Polygon. I think it's a great blue chip to have in that portfolio. I think Polygon could still do a 3 to 4x this cycle. Base has the best chance of onboarding new users. I think it's going to go nuts. 100% agree. Alpha Josh coming to clutch with the info. Do appreciate you, brother, guys. Thank you for the likes too. Thank you guys. We're at 209 likes, guys. If you guys like these night live streams, let me know. Just smash that like button, guys. We're going to keep doing them, but we have to make sure that you guys are engaging and enjoying these, or else we'll go back to the videos. But I really want to live stream with you guys because I like talking to you guys and getting the questions you guys have answered. Is Optimism? I think Optimism is by far one of the greatest layer 2s. Is it technically a layer 1? Optimism. Why am I spacing out on that? Because it's not a layer 2. It's a layer 1. It's a great ecosystem, brother. But Massa, have an amazing day. Massa Technology. I literally just thought about that. I need to research this. Maybe it could run in the background on Base wallet. Find better pricing and more coins, liquidity, etc. I think that's what Aerodrome. I forgot what project does that, but there is a project already doing that, and it's probably Aerodrome. You will make my day if you give me your opinion about Massa. Okay, let's give you Massa. Let's give you Massa. It doesn't even pop up, bro. I'm sorry, man. It doesn't even pop up on the CoinGecko, which means it's a degen play. It's a degen play. Matic. What else we got here? Check out Rose. Oh, Rose I haven't followed up in so long, dude, to be honest. Rose. Let's pull up the Rose price action. Oasis Network. Was a great performer in the bear market, right? You know, I mean, it dropped 99%, but ran up to 20 cents here. Hasn't really done much since. But multi-layered, multi-flexible, highly scalable, future-proof, modular architecture. So it's another smart contract protocol for execution platform. They have a paratime layer, which allows for dynamic compute environments to be built. Another smart contract ecosystem, layer one scalability solution that's trying to solve the magic trilemma on, what is known as decentralization, scalability, and security. Decent project, has done well over the years. Looks like they're focusing on privacy and AI now. Again, I haven't followed them in so freaking long. But Oasis kind of continued to kill it. So I want to imagine it's probably a decent play still. I would have to, though. I'm just being real with you. I would need to go look into their Twitter, see what all their new advancements have been in. Looks like they're focusing on a lot of artificial intelligence solutions at this point, though. So they have tons and tons, though, of products. So I do like Oasis. Let me see. Is Optimism a layer 1? Oh, it is a layer 2. My bad. Is it functional on top of Ethereum? Yeah, it is on top of Ethereum. So it's a layer 2. It's a layer 2. Thank you, chat. I know. I get them confused all the time. Like, is it built on, like, it's just, I go too quick sometimes. Josh, at the end of this bull run, would you still profit into USDC with its failing attributes, or G'd it into Bitcoin? Well, at the end of the bull run, I mean, USDC is BlackRock, so I don't know what failing attributes means, Ken. I'd probably divvy it up between Bitcoin, USDC, and USDT, but also cash. I would take it out and put it into some hard assets. But I mean, definitely USDC. I would just divvy it up between multiple. But again, USDC is Coinbase and BlackRock, so I don't really expect it to crumble. It was the third on your search. Wait, what is it? Oh. Massa bridged ETH. Wait, Massa, M-A-S or Massa? I think he means this one. Fully diluted valuation. There's no trading volume, so it's a dead token. It just launched. First truly decentralized blockchain. That's bullshit. So already starting off with complete bullshit. Scalability with uncompromising security. Okay. Is the first and only layer 1 blockchain that tackles the trilemma of scalability, decentralization, and security without compromise, achieving over 10,000 transactions per second with thousands of nodes on parallel block architecture and unique autonomous are setting new standards in DeFi. 7K nodes, 10,000 transactions per second, Nakamoto coefficient. Hold up. This man might be onto something. This man might be onto something. Chat. Can we get we need some drum roll icons in here as we go, some drum roll emojis. All right. So vision. The concentration of power, I'm going to teach you guys how to read a pitch deck. Okay, I'm going to teach you guys how to read a white paper right now. Because white papers are straight up just sales managers or sales agents creating the best sales pitch. So if it's a good sales pitch, maybe about it. We'll see, though. The concentration of power of traditional internet, financial, and government systems is straying away from the interests of their constituents, resulting in the lack of transparency and accountability, blah, blah, blah. We fucking know. Bitcoin ushered a new era of deployment of blockchain technology, a shared database collectively, blah, blah, blah. We know. However, it's experienced a staggering array of setbacks, of hacks, censorship, bullshit. It got hacked once like 10, 20 years ago, whatever it was. Censorship and manipulation. I'd argue that Bitcoin's the most decentralized platform on the planet. I'm not even a Bitcoin maxi. It's just like, we'll see. But is this, hold up. I'm speaking too quick. I skipped. The blockchain community propelled a decentralized currencies to $1 trillion market cap, facilitated the construction of billion-dollar permissionless protocols on top of others. Okay. Yes. 100%. I misread that. I went from Bitcoin to like hacks. I was like, no. They are right though. So I should read this full thing before I prejudge. Massa aims to be the first aims to be the first truly decentralized blockchain aligned with the interests of its users, demonstrating a fair and balanced distribution of control with no compromises, no performance or security, nurturing a developer-friendly ecosystem with cutting-edge smart contracts and access Web3 tools, blah, blah, blah. This result of combining balanced coin distribution and parallel block technology able to sustain 10,000 transactions per second with over 10,000 consensus nodes. Massa distributes power among its users' community while defending against its concentration in a few dominating entities, as evidenced by Nakamoto coefficient standing above 1,000. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So they claim to scale 10,000 transactions per second. There is transactions out there that are a little bit faster, but they're doing it for marketing purposes. Anonymous backend and front-end hosting. Talking about hacks, solving the blockchain trilemma, emphasizes demands on scalability, decentralization. So to determine final blocks. Is there any math in this at all, or are they just saying they do? Yes, we know what that is. Okay, here's the... So it's kind of... So different consensus. Go down to... My God, what a white paper. We might have a little gem here, guys. We might have a little gem. Choose Ondo or Velodrome. Is Ondo taking off right now? Let me pull up Ondo real quick. Guys, I got to keep researching this one. I haven't been interested in something that someone's brought up in a minute. It's just at 83 cents. It's not flying. You guys trolled me. Who put this in chat? Where is this man? Let me see something real quick. Hold up. Okay, so let's go to... There's a few things we got to do first. Let's check this legitimacy real quick. It's Ondo. Is anybody using this is the question. When did it launch again? April. It just launched. So this is a layer 1. Wait, what? Oh. So I had to go there anyways. So staked, Massa, please add the US dollar value so that way retail understands. So sitting at 12 cents. 64 million. Someone in chat give me what's 64 million divided by 12 cents? Somebody give me that exact price target. But biggest stakers, so 5% of total rolls. Let me go to holders. I hate this. Let's see. Massa Station. What's this? Massa Bridge. This already launched? I'm so critical of projects, but I'm actually like interested in this one. Okay, latest block. So there's 38 million. I go here. How do I go to holders, dude? I don't care about roll counts. I want to see blocks, mainnet, blocks. Okay, that's not. 533 million. No. Sorry. Times 0.12 cents, guys. Times 0.12 cents. My bad. I'm trying to see how much money that actually is. Okay, I hate their Explorer. I'm going to say that first, but they're a brand new project, so you can't really dog on them for that. I'm trying to figure out holders. So website, what the fuck's this? Discord, Twitter. Let's pull up their Twitter. Let's pull up Twitter. 64,000 on Twitter. They had 2.5 million in volume on week 3. Let's go back to the page 35, chat. Okay, here we go. Testnet incentive program. So 8% of the entire tokens are going to the testnet, which is good. Public sales, 3% of the tokens, which isn't crazy. Decentralized program, 30% tokens composed of. 100K nodes program, 20%, 200 tokens. The goal is to grow the number of individual stakers participating in security. 2K builders program. Massa Labs gets 12%. Private sales, 16%, at least 100 people. But doesn't say, okay, can 99 of those people be like 1% of that? Community and ecosystem expecting 1,000 people in the first 2%. With smaller pools for insiders and large pools dedicated to the community, the Nakamoto coefficient of mass is well over 1,000. Okay, I mean, that's not... I like that they claim to be that. Why can't I see their holders list? I just want to see your holders. Total stakers, total rolls, total stakers, 1,664. Which is a decent amount, but how many holders? Am I blind? Chat, am I blind? I'm not blind. Just under 8 million. So $8 million is staked. Darth, I like that. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's really, really freaking good. So $8 million is staked. Interesting. Well, chat, we're going to add this to our watch list because I need to go research this. This is too much information. I can't tell you anything on it past until I have that information. But I will start for right now to just at least get the it in there so I can check it out. But I need way more information before I make a decision off that. Because what they're saying, with no compromise, no security, backed by Blue Yard and others who are these just some random capital firms I really can give two craps about. Thriving ecosystem, anonymous smart contracts. I want to check this out, but I need to see legitimacy, and I need to see, like, this is not alpha. Massa Labs sucks. Okay. To me, it looks like a shiny object, but Zeph, I'll pass on. But thanks, Alec. I see you. Yeah, no, I gotta check this out. But all right, guys, we're well past the hour mark here, guys. Thank you for watching today. Make sure you guys tap that like button on the way out. I'll be doing these every single day, Monday through Friday. Stop missing out on these amazing streams. Make sure you guys, again, just give us that love. Give us that little bit of a like button, and it means the world to us. But I'll give you guys an update on this tomorrow night. We'll do a deep dive into Massa tonight, and I'll give you guys my personal thoughts tomorrow. Right now, guys, Bitcoin is bouncing from some major support, and enjoy the gains that we've been calling about for days, guys. We're at $63,400, now ripping up. I hope you guys, of course, bought that dip, waited for that entry point at that exact support level. And on that, guys, we'll see you at the top. Peace out.